Today we're going to just look at really quickly how to do our route in this new routing software that we have. It's going to save you a lot of time and take a lot of guesswork out of how long it'll take you to run your route. So we're just going to go ahead and look at the screen after the login. And to get to this screen, you would go www.myrouteonline.com. You'd put in your login information, which will be emailed to you, and you'd end up at this screen. So you go ahead up here and say import your Excel or text, and you just choose that, and we're just going to grab this for example. And what we'll do is look and make sure our number of houses match the number that we were assigned. So I'm going to look here at this column and change what I don't want to pop up. So anything other than the address, I'm going to drag down to ignore. So address, 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 address. I'm going to ignore the county and the payment, and I'm going to go ahead and say import now. It's going to pull it in, and we can do as many stops as needed now, so you don't have to just do a certain number. And as it's pulling in, it may find some it doesn't know where it's at, so you would have to go in and find that. Let's first look at this pink line right here. It just pulled in some commas. We're going to X out of that. We don't want that in our route. And then, let's see, the ones that we need to fix are highlighted in yellow and pink. So I'm just going to pull up this Excel and see the ones that didn't quite route in there, and then take a look here. So the Grantville, and it could be something 179 Calico Loop Road. I'm just going to put the first few letters in there. Now you see I did 179 Calico, and it did find that location. So it could have just been the fact that road was spelled out that threw this thing off. So you never know, so just kind of play around with it until you get all your addresses in. The next one is in Noonan, in between Paces and Medallion. So this is 187 Nature's Cove Road. So I'm just going to type in here 187 Nature and see if that can find that location. And it did, so that's good. And last we're going to do East Coggins Road, which could just be a problem of them spelling out the word east. So let's try this. 117 East. Okay, it's not giving us that exact location, but it's taking us right to East Coggins Road, which is all we can ask for. So the last thing here that's showing any kind of issue is stop E, which it doesn't look like it has it on here. So I'm going to look right back here at Three Wood Drive. It could be, let's see if that does anything. 3 West. No. Okay, we have 3 Wood Circle, 3 Wood Chase Court, and 3 Shank Woods. So, looking at my address, I'm going to go with 3 Wood Circle. And I wonder if you put the address in 2613 and a space. Okay, so it found it then. The problem there was the letter was the number 3 instead of the word 3. Okay, so now we're just going to move ahead. I think this should be, we need the house number here, East Coggins, 117. If I take the word east out, let's see, East Coggins Road. We're going to go with that. Now, let's say you can't leave in the morning until 10. You can change your departure time to whatever time you plan on leaving to take your pictures. So we're going to put in here 10. And then we want to display the units in miles, not kilometers. So over here you can say, what do I want to do? Do I want to hit, I want to minimize distance, or do I want to minimize time? Do I want to balance time and distance? Let's just say minimize distance for this, and we'll hit plan my route. And it's going to start routing all of these houses for you in the most efficient way according to distance. So, now it's got stops, arrival time, and then distance, and you can actually add service time to this. But I want to show you something. Let's say I forgot to put in where I wanted to start and where I wanted to end. You can hit back, and you can say start address, and you could say, for example, you want this to be your start location, and you also want it to be your end location. So you could put your house address in here, and then it routes you from this start address all the way back to your start address. So now let's try this again. Route my plan. Plan my route. Sorry. Okay. So, wow, okay. So here we are. My start location's way over there. And what I'm going to do is basically follow exactly how they want me to go. And I'll start at 10. You can hit more search parameters. You can put service time. Let's say you have a bunch of exteriors. I would put 1 minute to take exterior pictures. Let's say you have interiors. You could change it to 5 minutes. And that's going to put in service time and give you a more realistic time of when you'll be finished. If you have like half and half, you could average it and just say 3 minutes to do each stop, because maybe one is an exterior, one is an interior. So if you wanted to average it out, you could keep it at 3 minutes. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to say this is the route I want to take. It's got me driving a 12-hour route starting at 10 and ending at 9:04. Let's see if I add in let's go back and we'll hit plan our route again to add in the service time. And so it's got me coming here, hitting all of these, going this way, coming back up through here, hitting that last city, and then coming back on a major highway. So I think that that is a good route for such a weird list of addresses. And now it's got 3 minutes in, and it changes my time from 10:52. So now I say, well, I can't possibly do that. It's dark by then. What if I started at 8? Then you can say, go back, plan my route, starting at 8. So now we're working from 8 a.m. to 8:52 p.m. and you can see the distance between each route, each stop. Okay, so let's say you also wanted to add in here some notes. Well, never mind. Okay, so it says 37 addresses, duration 12 hours, length 405 miles. And then we're just going to say I'm either going to export this as an Excel, or I can send email and directions. You can say attach GPS data or don't, and you can email it to yourself and have that come right to your email. Okay, so you're done here. You've routed your route. You can go back and play with minimize distance, minimize time, balance time and distance, whatever gets the duration and the length down any way possible. Go with that route. And let's check out what it exported here. This is what it exported for you. It tells you the exact stops. And you can use this, or you could just use it to number your Excel list that I send you. The problem with using this is it's not going to tell you if it's an exterior or an interior, and it's not going to tell you the codes to get inside the house. So if you did do it this way, make sure to transfer all your information from one Excel to another to make sure you don't go out there without the information you need. So that's one example of what it will do for you. The other example and this is an example of the email you get when you email it to yourself. You get the actual map, you get the stops, and then you're able to click your Google Map driving directions that's going to take you step by step. This route's so big it had to route it out in 3 different stops, but it shows you each one. So you can click on each one here. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use this and change it around. It says that you can open this link in an iPhone or a smartphone. So there's a bunch of different ways to get this done now, and you can email it to yourself. You can save it to your desktop in Excel and write it on your paper. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. And I think this will help you to be faster, more effective with your job. So just please give it a try. Tell me what you think about it. And if you find anything else in here, I just started using it last night. So if you find anything in here you think the group would like to know or that would help everyone, please let me know so that I can share it. But that's it, and I hope you guys will use this your next load drop, and I hope you'll really find the benefit in it. Have a good day.